Hi, everybody, and welcome to the 29th day of our 40-day journey to awesome. And I'm really hoping that you're starting to see results and feeling your energy rise, feeling your emotional composition rise, seeing the results in your behavior, feeling your vibrations stronger. And I could not wish that more for you. And I got to tell you, I want to spend today talking about a couple of things, introducing our next section, which is going to be kind of a combination section, but also tell you about some of the feedback that I've gotten and that we've gotten over this process. I mentioned early on in the first 4 or 5 days that I was just kind of overcome by the outpouring of notes and pieces of correspondence and calls and stuff that I've gotten. And that continues. It continues in strange places and funny interactions. And one occurred today, and it was a really great segue, in fact, for moving into today's part. And she told me, she said, I'm a little behind, and in watching it, I need to catch up on a couple of the videos. And I got to tell you, though, my experience on the forgiveness video, because I started out thinking, yeah, I got a couple here, or maybe I don't have any. And what happened was, during that entire journey, when I started thinking about the forgiveness piece, some big ones came up, and she was able to let some of those go, and she's still working on a couple. And I salute that effort. And I got to tell you, that's exactly the desired outcome. Whether you're talking about thankfulness and gratitude, or whether you're talking about forgiveness, or whether you're talking about giving, it starts small, and small things come to you, and you deal with those, and then it moves into bigger things. And each one of those has incrementally different and bigger pieces of unlocking and moving your emotional composition. So you forgive a small thing, and there's a little teeny bit of movement. But then as you start to deal with the bigger issues and forgive and let those go, then there's bigger movement in your emotional composition. And again, that emotional composition is what drives your attitude and your beliefs, and ultimately drives all your behaviors. So again, whether we're talking about gratitude, being thankful for a small thing or a big thing, forgiving, small thing or a big thing, giving, a small thing or a big thing, fun, small thing or a big thing, it all has the same effect. You're moving your emotional composition by little pieces, and then hopefully into big pieces. And the reason that relates to today is because during this last part of our journey, this last part of our 40 days together, we're going to be talking about a combination of dealing with our fears and manifesting the right thoughts for the right outcomes. This also relates very closely to your meditative practice. So I'm also hoping by day 29, you've been able to achieve in your meditative practice a clearness, a calmness, a stillness, because that blank tape, oh God, I just dated myself badly, didn't I? That piece of blank in there is really going to serve us well. Because now I want you to start thinking about in terms of some fears, and thinking in terms of the things that we want to replace those fears with. This is going to be the last step of our journey. And to get our arms around this is going to be our last powerful jump. As we conquer and identify these fears that hold our emotional composition down, and as we replace those thoughts and engage our cognitive process into growing our emotions and in growing our happiness, this is going to be the last step in our 40-day journey. So be prepared, lock down, start thinking about this, and also put it in the framework that your first set of thoughts are going to be kind of small. And we're hoping that unlocks, really hoping that unlocks some of the bigger ones. Tomorrow, we're going to go right after those fears. We're going to talk about and ask you to identify, I'm going to ask you to identify those fears and what's holding you back. And we're going to talk about some, and I'm going to be transparent with some that have held me back over the years that I deal with still to this day. And some of them don't go away easily, man. Those are demons. They're deeply entrenched. And we're going to talk about making them move. And then we're going to talk about manifesting the right thoughts for the right outcomes that we want to have happen. Guys, have a terrific Friday night, and I look forward to interacting with you tomorrow on Saturday. Thank you.